are you?
Hold on,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. All right. So you can sit right. You can move over. Yeah.
Sit over for now, then we'll call you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So we have our two guests on. All right. Could you tell me about you, who you are, and what you do?
What you're here for?
And what you're here for?
I'm Joyce Brown,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a screenwriter, and I'm here to be interviewed and discuss our movie, our premiere, and we're looking for someone to come and support us and see the movie. It's a good movie. The movie called Bullied.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And where were you?
So I'm Jessica Dixon. I'm the owner of With Christ Our Camp Productions. I'm co-writer of Bullied and director and producer.
Wow. I mean, when I hear the word bully, it brings me back to, being a teacher, a school teacher for so many years, 30-something years, how kids get bullied, and I try to explain to them you can ask for help. If somebody bothering you all the time, go to adult, because they don't know what to do. They just feel like, oh my goodness, I'm just being bullied, and then sometimes that leads to other things because they're getting bullied. So that's, to me, that topic about bully is wonderful to talk about, as a thing. So, because a lot of them do, and I tell them all the time, I have a lesson on it. I say, look, who would you go to if you were bullied? Even if you're in your house, you're getting bullied by your siblings or anybody in your house. Who would you go to? Because some don't know how to go to people. They don't want to go to people. They're scared to go to people to talk about it or what's going on. So that's wonderful.
So how did you guys come up with the story, the script, the whole idea? What inspired you to do this film on bullying?
Well, I was watching TMZ one day, and I got so upset because I seen a little boy being bullied, and the teacher walked by.
Ooh.
And they was the same age, but he was little, and they bullied him, and they choked him, they did a chokehold, and they cut his air supply off, and then they laid him down, and they tried to give him some water. Then they took him to the office, and they laid him down and everything, and then his mother came. And what happened, he has a brain damage now because of those boys bullying him, and nothing was done about it. And I was sitting up there watching, I really got upset. I said, you know what, the devil's alive, we're going to stop this.
Right.
There is a solution.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the teacher walked by, it really got to me. I said, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write this movie.
Right.
And reason why I know there's power in the name of Jesus with this bullying, because I was in a car accident, and this lady came out of nowhere up in my face telling me it was my fault and I need to watch where I'm going, and she wasn't even a part of the accident. And I told this lady, I said, Miss, you get out of my face. I plead the blood of Jesus. The woman disappeared. So as I wrote the movie, I know I have experience of what I'm saying. There is power. I was taught that in church, but by having that experience, I know. And so I recommend the kids, since they're afraid to tell their parents, they're afraid to tell their teachers and everything. Because some parents have to work, they can't be with their children all the time. Some parents, they get off when the children get out of school, they'll come and wait for them and everything and come to the school. But some parents have to work.
Right.
And some teachers, they don't really, if you're not hurt or physically hurt, they just say okay, but they really don't get to the bottom of this.
And I understand and believe everything you say. What you're saying is right, because a lot of them don't, and it's a shame. This is why you talk about it. This is why you bring it out, because a lot of them don't know. Then the teachers, when they come to them, when the child come to you, it has to be more things. They have to do something. They just cannot just let nothing I could do with them. No, I believe they should have meetings with the parents.
Right.
Meeting with the parents and meeting with the kid, because discuss it, because that's what nips it in the bud. Because you cannot, because it would get worse and worse and worse if you do not do anything about it. And
I tell you, at the school sometimes, the children will wait till you get out the schoolyard, and they will come and they will bully the kids. Now, most of the time, the teachers, through the years, if you outside that gate, you on your own.
Right.
You on your own.
Right.
And so,
that's true.
you know, so many children have committed suicide
Mhm.
and everything, and even on the internet. But you know, but like I said, I recommend Jesus to this world with these children.
Yes.
I
So
recommend Jesus.
Mhm. So
But
many lost children, things. that
Right,
lost
right.
everything.
And parents are broken hearted because a lot of them didn't know their child was being bullied.
Right.
And that internet is terrible
Mm-hmm.
for a weak person.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
It
it
is
is.
very terrible
Yes,
and
it is.
everything.
Beyond
Yes, it is.
And so this is our ministry to get across to this world. Your children no one have to commit suicide,
Right.
and they don't have to stand for being bullied, because a lot of children sometimes they're afraid to go to school, and some of them won't go to school just because of that.
Because they get bullied. You're right.
That's
You're
so
right.
true.
And
So that's what I recommend, because I know a young lady, she wouldn't go to school and wouldn't tell her parents because she was afraid of being bullied.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So all that happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't understand why they don't want to go to school.
Mhm.
You have to get to the bottom of this. There's something going on to
Right.
find out why they don't want to go to school.
Right. And that's what I always believe, that you just have to get to the bottom of it. If you know,
Yes.
because the kid's not going to always tell you. It's just like abuse with domestic abuse. They don't
Yeah.
tell you that they're getting abused or anything
Right,
like
right.
that.
Mhm.
And it's because they're scared. But something has to be done. Like you said, something has to be done about that, because a lot of times they, like you say, commit suicide
Yes.
and do things that's not good because of them being bullied, or go
Yes.
to the school, shoot up the school. You know, so many things that
Yes,
happen
yes.
after they get bullied. I just feel like you said. I just feel like they need to be more helpful.
Yes.
Show the kids, not just teachers. I mean, parents, adults. Period. Adults that
Yes.
deal with kids need to be more. Help the kids more to understand what's going on and what's happening with the other
Yes.
person, because a lot of them that do the bullying have issues.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They have issues. Something going on at home. Something's going on with different people in their life.
Mhm.
They seen a whole lot of things. That's
Yes.
going on. They go by what they see on TV. They go by what they see on social media. I mean, there's so many things that disturb these children today, and
Yes.
that is sad. It really is.
It's
you
just
know.
crazy.
And it is. And we need to, we all put our children. We ask God to cover our children,
Yes.
because so much is going on out here. To be young now is really hard. It's really hard. I mean, so many things going on. You got the gun violence. You got so much with these children
Yes.
now.
Yes.
And like I said, bullying is just as worse. When you're dealing with that, you don't know, and the kids do things that. I mean, it's just something needs to be done.
Yes.
You're right. Something definitely needs to be done. And me as a teacher, if anyone ever came up to me and say they were bullied, I just would not close my eyes to it.
Mhm.
Okay? First of all, I want to have a meeting with both of them.
Yes.
And then I want to take it to the parents also. Find out, because there has to be something going on at home too to make these kids come. Because a lot of times when kids come to school and they upset about something, they mad about things, you have to get to the root of what's going on with their child.
Yes.
Just don't assume, okay, they bad, I don't want to deal with that child anymore because that child just got an issue. That's it. No, listen to the child.
Yes.
Listen to what's going on. A lot of them have seen things. They might have seen a mother get killed. They might have seen something happen with their father.
Yes.
They might have seen something that they shouldn't see. That's the adults do, and they looked at it,
Yes.
and they don't know what's going on, and they're disturbed now because of it.
Yes.
So I always say, being a teacher, certified as a special ed teacher also, I've seen it all.
Yes.
Okay, I've heard it all, and you just have to be there for that child, because that child has a lot. They have a lot going on in their mind.
Yes.
And when we talk about children, okay, for example, I was a teacher of an ES class, okay, emotional support class, and those children, yes, when you come in there, a lot of times they cursing, they doing this and doing that, but I have to pat myself on the back, because these certain kids that I did in a school was different.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why? They felt the love that I showed them.
Yes.
I didn't just go in there and say I'm going to teach them. I told them I love you. I said I love you. I'm going to tell you something. I don't have to know you to love you kids.
Right. That's right.
Because y'all children to me. Y'all God's children. So I love you. But I'm going to tell you, things that go on in your mouth, things that going on in their household, they don't get that. A lot of them don't get that. They don't. Their parents don't say they love them dearly. I love you. No, they don't get that.
Mhm.
So I would do that. I'll always tell the kids, I love you. And cursing is definitely not in the vocabulary in this classroom.
Mhm.
You are children. You are not, that kind of will not go with me. So when people would come in there and they would they have different people coming in and observing the class and stuff, they were like, is this the same class?
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
A kid knows, and they feel the love. They feel if you don't care. They feel if you don't have that patience with them. They feel it. And it takes patience to be a teacher.
Yeah.
It takes patience to do a lot of things. So I'm telling you, and that's why I did 30 years in the school district of Philadelphia. I came back. I went back to help out. I am retired.
Mhm.
But I went back to help out these children of Philadelphia School District because guess what? They need teachers like me
Oh,
to show them love.
yeah, definitely.
You know, they need us.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, look, as long as I got breath and got, and I can still walk,
Mhm.
I just, I want to help these children.
Oh,
Yes.
sure, definitely.
So I'm excited to go back in
Right.
September.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely.
people say, oh, you retired. You can stay
Right.
home and go to sleep. What you talking about? You retired. What you doing? No, I'm going back in September.
Right.
Yes.
I'm excited because guess what? These children, the kids know me, and they know that I cared about them.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, you have a lot of kids that they coming in, they want to fight each other, they want to no. Let's show more love. This is about love. This
Right.
room is about love.
Oh,
Let's
no.
show each other more
Oh.
concern, and not
Always
about fighting.
Yeah. So then tell us a little bit more about the film, like the premiere and
Yes.
just some.
Oh yeah, we want to know about
the
that
film.
too. Definitely.
Okay, Justin.
So the premiere is August the 20th, Saturday, August the 20th.
Okay.
From 11 to 2 p.m. we're giving away backpacks and school supplies for our students. And then at 3 p.m. will be the premiere. We're having a comedy show. We are having praise dancing,
Oh, wow.
poetry, and then we're going to show our film and have a talk back session. So, okay, now you've seen this film about bullying. What's the solution? What did you get from the film? If you see somebody being bullied, what can you do? Not always jumping in, because it may not be safe at the time. But who could you go get?
Right.
What could you do to support? So we don't just want to show people the film. We want kids to be equipped with the tools, so when they go back into the school, how can they help?
Yes.
That's
Wonderful.
And also one thing that we touched on with the cyberbullying, since the pandemic, we've seen percentages in the numbers going up with bullying. You can be sitting on Zoom and your teacher is teaching and somebody's direct messaging you on Zoom bullying you. Right? Somebody's on the phone bullying you. Somebody's on Facebook or Instagram because people get bold when it's not face to face.
Or they're writing on chat, or
they're
writing on there.
And one thing we want young people to know, even if you're not doing the bullying, when you sitting up there, you recording it, you are just as responsible.
Yes.
When you reposting it, you can also be taken into custody for that video that you have on your phone.
Yes.
When you reposting what somebody said or you commenting, you now inserted yourself in the situation. So one thing you can help by doing is not reposting, not getting involved.
It's called cyberbullying.
Yeah.
That's because you can bully different ways, like you said, different ways. Wow. Well, I know this my host is part of my Dr. Roxanne Contee show. She is in it. So let's see what part. What do you play?
Okay.
In it.
I play I play Miss Linda.
Is Linda.
And Miss Linda is ends up I don't want to tell you everything about it, but I get involved with this young man over here, Ivan Walker, who plays my son Christopher. We'll bring him over in a few minutes.
Yes.
But it was actually kind of hard for me. I kind of had like flashbacks because when I was watching the scenes, there's some scenes where he's getting like beat up, like it just looked so real, and I had to stop myself because I was about ready to jump in, like, yo, y'all better watch it, because even the kids that were, some of the kids that were acting as bullies, I don't know, I think they kind of had some, what's that word, undercover, real life bullying going on, because it just seemed like they was, you know what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna mention no names, but we all know, because I have to say, like, yo.
Well, why would you say that though? Is something that you experienced maybe so in your life?
Oh
or?
gosh, I could go on and on. I went through bullying like so much as a kid, and people don't realize how it affects you. So that's why I always tell people, talk to your kids. Don't be telling your kids, well, you better, if you don't go home, you know how people say, you better go and be his behind or blah, 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 or I'm going to be yours. Sometimes people don't like to fight. I didn't like to fight, but I got picked on unmercifully. Wow. And it's good to talk to people because it affects you as an adult to the point. I'll just give you an example. I was on a bus one day, and the bus driver was somebody who used to just like terrorize me ungodly. So I got on a bus and I froze. I literally froze on a bus, and I had to back up off the bus, and I couldn't get on the bus because it just affected me. So I hate when people tell people, "Oh, get over it, you're an adult." No, you gotta talk. You have to talk to people. And thank God I didn't have a mindset or wasn't suicidal, because that's one thing, as we all know nowadays, kids out there committing suicide. I'm talking about babies, like 9 and 10, and it's just ridiculous, you know. But I had an awesome time. And on set of the film, I ended up adopting. We can bring Christopher on. Alex. Ivan. Can you come stand over here?
Oh, his name is Ivan.
Ivan.
Come over here.
Ivan. Stand next to Jessica.
Yes.
Ivan Walker.
You can move over that way so you can be in the
Ivan is actually the star of the show. He plays my son, Christopher. And I just want to ask you, so how did you feel about the role in the film?
I felt my role was well thought out and was a good experience for me, because I've never been bullied before, and being put in the shoes of people who have been bullied was an interesting perspective for me to understand what they go through and how they feel naturally.
Wow.
So do you think that would help you to not bully somebody, or help somebody if you see them being bullied? Would you now get involved and help?
Yeah, if I've ever seen someone get bullied, which I have, and I've interacted with it and tried to stop it, which leads to violence, because kids do lead stuff to violence, which I like how the movie created a non-violence way to deal with bullying instead of it leading towards violence.
Wow.
That's my son.
Yes. Wow.
And another aspect to the movie, one of the other themes is foster care. So Christopher is in foster care. He's given up at birth, which leads to him being in foster care, which ends up when she ends up being bullied. So all of that is a ripple effect, and how even in foster care, sometimes people get these children for the money. So we do touch on that
a little bit more.
Yeah, put the cameras right on me. All right. Okay. Wonderful. Wow. So in that film, you are being bullied. Oh wow. Bad.
Like I said, it
from
is
adults and children.
Oh my God.
Yeah, his foster parents.
Wow. So you wrote the.
Yes, I did.
Right. So what really motivated you to do it?
I've seen someone was in a foster care, and they wanted their son to go to a special school and go to college, and they needed to get 2 children for their income, be able to put their children where they wanted the parents wanted them to go.
Right. Okay.
Children raggedy, shoes walking up the street, shoes all run over. So I have seen that.
Okay.
Most of this movie, most of the things I wrote, I have seen it.
You see that? Okay.
I have seen it.
Wow. Yeah, because so much going on. And like I said, I've been in this system for a long time, and as far as with children, working with children, and they're scared to say things, but sometimes you just got to get it as parents and as adults. You got to pull it out of them, because sometimes these kids they don't want to tell you. They just look, I'll deal with it, or and then but see they're dealing with it can lead to violence.
True. Yes.
Or it can lead to them hurting themselves. So that's why it's good to get it out of them and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
And Dr. Roxanne, so graciously, Dr. Rock actually brought 2 tickets, but due to a previous engagement, she's not able to make it.
So y'all can call up
and have a giveaway for those 2 tickets. So someone
can call up. 443-522-3988. Again, 443-522-3988.
Or
so
also,
call up.
Also put into the comments on the Instagram Live. So whoever contacts us first is up for grabs.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. This is really,
you don't.
You know, this is definitely what's going on with our children. And if you love children and you know about you have children, you know, you want to definitely go to this play, because this play is going to be awesome. You know, we have awesome people in it. Now, where do you play in it? You're in the play, right?
Well, she's a director of the film.
Oh, you're a director of film? Okay. So you're all the cast. How many cast members do you have in there?
I have no idea.
A lot of
we have.
Well, I know you have one.
There's 2 of us are here.
Three.
Three. You said you forgot.
Oh my gosh!
Mother
He also plays in it.
Oh, you play in it too?
Yes,
okay.
I adopt him from his mother.
Okay, you adopt him from
and I hope this won't happen. I had to go into a nursing home, so he had to go to the foster care.
Wow.
We will definitely make sure when it comes out on whatever viewing platform, Dr. Rock, you get a copy. But tell everybody, I mean, let me tell you, the price is $10. Man, like, seriously, Dr. Rock, we've been to some movie.
It was only $10. You know, we have to, let's just look. We would put $10 on crazy things, right?
On cheesesteak.
On stupid stuff. I'm not going to say it out loud. Yeah. On stuff that don't even matter. Let's support one another.
Right.
Okay, let's support one another and let's get a ticket. I've been sharing it on my page. I definitely been sharing it on my page.
Yes, she has.
And I told Sharon to bless someone with the ticket. I bought the ticket for my husband and I said bless someone with it, because I wouldn't be able to come because that date something going on August the 20th. But why not? Call up. You can get a free ticket. I'm not going to ask you for the money back. Just come on and call up. You can get a free ticket from me. I mean, if you would like to be a part of, you know.
And then some of these premieres, like Roxanne, you know, we've been to, they charge, I'm talking $40. I'm saying $40 for the premiere, and it might not even be like as long as our film is, and all the stuff that we have, and I mean, you know, it's going to be a whole experience. It's going to be such a blessing. I mean, just it's going to touch somebody's life.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, because like I said, just watching the trailer, I got all choked up, and that's not even that long. Well, it don't take much to make me cry, so that's a whole nother story. But it was emotional because, like I said, I felt that because I've been through that. And then the foster care, y'all gotta see, this foster mom is a mess. Because some people just do that. They get kids to get a check.
They do. So when you say it's going to be filmed,
it's already filmed.
It's already filmed. So is it on, will be on Netflix or anything like that? Or maybe Tubi or...
So we, Lord willing, keep us in prayer. We have a contact with PureFlix.
Okay.
So we're trying to get
it right.
Yeah.
Well, this is how I met Sharon. Acting. I met her through acting. We were on a show trying to doing acting, and I said to her, I didn't even know her. I said to her, "You need a ride home?" Because I don't like to see. This is how I am. I don't like to see young ladies taking buses too much. I just don't like to see that too much, especially when it's dark time, when it's late at night. So I offered her a ride, and ever since then we've been friends. Ever since then.
I know, it's so funny, like just that from that one time, like, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Also, Dr. Rock has supported me in so many things. That's one thing I love about Roxanne, and it's like even if she can't come.
Oh, someone's calling. Let's see.
Call up.
Dr. Roxanne Contee show caller.
Hey, sister. This is Shay.
Hey, Shay.
I'm always calling to support y'all and what y'all doing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just blown away by the panel and the concept of, you know, the play that they've developed and are producing. I think it's on screen, Sharon said.
Yes. Well, you know you won a ticket, too, because you called up about the Bullied. You know you got the ticket, so you can go see it in person also.
Oh, my God. gosh, you know what I was calling for? Thank you so much for that. But I was actually calling to gift forward from Women's Journey to Life 2 tickets to one of our young girls that went to this summer Building Bridges program.
Yes.
Because, we talked about being bullied, talked about it, how all of those scars damage you for long periods of time.
Yes.
And it would be such a blessing to bless some of those young girls to be able to see this. So I would love to bless one of the girls with their parents for them to go and see this.
Yes.
So I thank you for blessing me. I want to pay that forward and purchase, 2 more tickets.
All
So
right.
that I can bless a child and a parent. And God bless the women who, really took their hand, mind, and heart to come up with the concept. There's not enough people, echoing the words of bullying, how much it damages, not just the child, but the entire family. So I thank you guys for really speaking through your heart. God plants a seed, and then when He waters it, it grows into trees at times, and you never know the effect that it can have. But even the actor in his eloquently spoken way of expressing, what this play means to him. Yes, Sharon, your son.
Your son, Sharon. Yes. Well,
I look forward to the production, and I'm sending prayers, and let God bless it and continue to grow it in ways, you pray a little thing, but God does exceedingly and abundantly above all you can think.
Yes, He does. Yes, He does.
Over the production, and that you guys see the fruition of your labor.
Yes. This is Shay Monroe, Woman's Journey to Life, and over the summer she had Building Bridges with the girls. And that's what she's talking about, and it was such a wonderful program. And we had, how many girls you had? About 8, was it?
No, we had 12.
12 girls. 13 girls all together this summer. And it was a wonderful, wonderful group. Yes, it was. Yes. Yep. So, definitely, we definitely appreciate you calling, and you did win the 2 tickets that we have. So that's wonderful, and you can send girls and their mother, ask the mother for them to go, and that would be a wonderful, wonderful. Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
And just let me know how I can purchase the extra 2 tickets.
Okay.
So that way I can send that, to the girls and their mom also.
Okay. Wonderful.
And we'll see you next time on the radio show when we're in there.
Yes.
You, Dr. Rock and Sharon.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you so much. We both are a part of Women's Journey to Life, Sharon and I. And like I said, it's a very positive group.
Okay.
We try to recruit other ladies to be a part of it because it is very, very positive.
Yes.
All right, have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yes, have a blessed one.
All right.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was wonderful. And definitely, she bring the girls. I tell you, it was this program that they were in called Building Bridges. It was really, really wonderful. They did talk about all things, how girls might feel insecure about themselves and stuff. So it was a good thing where they felt, I'm a queen. I don't care what, they could say this about me. They could say that about me.
Right.
I don't care. So that, it was really a good program. It really was. Yes. Yeah. So, would you like to tell me if you said you did see, what would your outcome be? What happened if you found out that someone came into you and told you that they were being bullied? Like, what would you want to say to them if they were being bullied? They want to tell you that. What would you do?
As I do have now a changed mindset of how I would take on bullying, I would tell them to go take it to someone of higher power than what I have and give them great advice on how to deal with it, because I have no experience in dealing with it, but I've seen it and I've seen how to deal with it, and now as I have the experience of having to act it out and having to deal with it, I will give them the knowledge that I know of.
Wow.
All right now.
Wonderful. I love it. I love it. All right. So, if anything else would you like to talk about with the program that's going on? Because I know it's going to be exciting. I'm so sorry that I'm going to miss it, but I'm not going to miss it because I'm going to still see it, when it comes out. I told Sharon at the time, because I'm always wanting to support, and she does the same thing for me. Anything that go on, if we can't make it, we always buy a ticket anyway.
And it's all over her page.
Yes, it is.
It's all over her page.
It's on my page, yes. Hold on.
I appreciate that.
Dr. Roxanne Contee Show.
We have a caller.
Hello?
Yes?
Hello, everyone. Hi, how you doing? My name is Shonda.
Hi,
I was
Shonda.
just calling to give a shout out to my Aunt Sharon. Love you. And congrats on the film.
Love you.
Yes,
Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful. So yes, your Aunt Sharon, she's a wonderful
That's
aunt.
my goddaughter.
Yes, she completely is. That's
Yes.
it. And my godmother, yes.
Yeah, right. Wonderful,
So, yes,
beautiful.
I'm just listening to, I'm on the live watching. Everything looks great and everything.
Oh,
I can't wait
thank
to go
you.
see the film.
Thank you so much. Yes. I can't, you know what? I knew that anything that Sharon was involved in, I knew it was going to be wonderful anyway.
Absolutely. She's involved in everything.
yes, she is. She's involved with everything. That's wonderful. And I told her keep up the
All
good
right, well,
work.
thank you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. We really appreciate you calling.
Love you, Shonda.
All
You won.
right. All right.
Oh, bye, Shamir. That was
All
my.
right.
That's my great niece, and that was her son, who's my great
Okay.
nephew. So yeah, that's the one thing I just want to send all the shout out to my family. My family is like, I'm trying to cry. Like one of my biggest supporters. Like my sister can't come because she's out of town. My other sister can't make it because she's gonna be with my mom. But every one of my sisters, they supported me.
Yes.
My nieces, I mean, my family
But it's a
support me
blessing to
all
have
the time.
It's a blessing to have family to support you and different people and do support you.
Much as I drive them crazy, because they can tell you, I drive them crazy. I know I do. But I mean,
But you know, it's a good thing that, you know, because a lot of people don't want to support one another. And that's why I said $10. $10?
Right.
I mean, hey.
What, you can buy for $10, you can buy a bag of chips and a soda.
Yes, that's wonderful. And it's about bullying. It's something that's very, very important with these children. And not just children. Remember, it's not just children. It's adults like being bullied also.
Yeah, I can tell you some stories about that, but that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Like,
And another thing I do want to say about bullying, I think sometimes in the African American community, we don't think that our children get bullied. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Just because they don't speak out about it as other communities do, they're dealing with that.
Yes.
And when you start seeing your kids acting out, you need to think, you know, what's going on, right? Start popping up at the school. Parents,
you got to know the signs, you know, of, you know, a lot of times, because a lot of times you know, kids quiet. They're real quiet. They don't want to talk. They, you know, they in the shell.
Right.
A lot of them don't, and then they don't want to go to school. I don't want to go to school, you know. So you just have
do
to
things to get kicked out of school, get suspended, right? Especially our boys, right? You don't want after school. You don't want them waiting for you at the corner or whatever. So that's the acting out, getting suspended 3 and 4 days. It's an underlying cause of it.
Like I said, it's sad. And you know, and the ones that's doing the bullying. You know, like I said, you have to get into their minds too. You have to find out because it's always something. That's what it is, right? So it's always something going on with that person. The reason why they lashing out at someone else,
right?
You know, because a lot of times we don't have. A lot of times, I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm just speaking where people do not have the patience to listen to their children.
Right.
Oh, you know, I'll hear that later on, or you know, no, we have to listen to them now. We have to find out what's going on. Definitely. And remember, these are God's children.
Oh, definitely.
What we do to God's children, He's looking at, He sees everything that we do. So we have to, you know, remember, you know, everything we do, we have to do by God's word. I mean, and live by His word, because I tell you, we are living in those last days.
Yes,
and we got to get it together here. And I keep telling everybody, you know, look, nobody's perfect. No, I'm not perfect, but I do mention it. That we are living in the last days, and we got to get this stuff together. We see it every day. Something going on every day. The killing every day. Things are happening. So, you know, I do want to thank y'all for coming on. Wow, y'all. You know, I wanted to mention where I had to cancel the last one, which was in July, because I had a funeral. A cousin of mine, she was only 43, and she left here. So I, you know, that's why I say you just don't know. You know, your family, you just tell them you love them, hug them, because you don't know. But so we had a funeral to go to on that day, and I had to cancel it. But I'm glad, thank God I'm able to do the show today. And I'm so glad that y'all decided to come back on, and appreciated that when she gave y'all the date that you said it was okay. And I was like, wow, wonderful.
Right.
Because you never know what could come up. Things happen in life, So,
Sure
yep, I do appreciate you, all three of you coming in. And, if Sherry, you want everything to say to them?
No, I just want to thank everybody for coming. And I just want to ask Ivan, so how was it working with me as Miss Linda? How did you like it?
It was amazing, actually, and I wanted to speak on my experience with this
I love
movie.
it. Uh-huh.
So basically how I got the role was, Miss Dixon was my 6th grade teacher. We had a really close bond. I took her science class, and I would be her co-host of the Zoom. And we would talk every day after class.
Wow.
And then we would just talk about my common interests. And then one of my interests was acting. And one day when I was in 6th grade in person, she walked in my class, pulled me out and said, I'm doing a movie, do you want to be in it? And I said, yeah. And I was really excited, but it was my first time doing a movie. I was real nervous, but then I grown to like it and got used to it, and meeting all these new people, like Sharon over there and Mama Dixon
Mama
and
Dixon,
Jules,
all
and
right.
they all helped me get used to it. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Jules, because he gave me all the experience I needed to know about and made it easier for me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow, y'all both all get a clap for everything you're doing. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
And you can be an inspiration to other kids also. You can definitely be an inspiration to what they going through, what's going on with them. I really appreciate all three of you coming in. You don't know how much that means to me. Coming on Dr. Roxanne Contee show.
Yes.
And
Dr. Rox.
yes, and sharing your experience and what's going on, and they're gonna have. So I just thank you so much, all three of you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
So we're going to have
Our next guest come on.
our next guest. So she's going to come over, and So we thank y'all for coming.
Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you for everything.
Yep.